Hello again, welcome back to the channel. Only a small video. I'm literally just going to show you cold start on the E92 M3 with a 2.5 back box mod. Not for everybody. A lot of people get rid of the cold start delete, which is you can do if you're going to take the primary cats out, for me anyway, because that is the job of the cold start, is just to warm them up, not to warm the engine. So I normally start it, wait for that cold start to drop, and then I drive off and keep the revs 2 to 3,000. This is on nearly 67,000 standard original rod bearings, which I will get done. Peace of mind thing. Actuators are standard or originals. And the cost for rod bearings can range. A mate of mine had his done just over 1,200 and got a courtesy car. The place I'm going to go, just because they're really, renowned for good stuff, and they use all genuine parts. They top up the steering fluid. They realign the car because they have to take the subframe off. And they give you a little plaque to tell you when the car was done. So if you ever go to sell the car, you've got good proof. But that's about I think it's 1450, and he's based in Kent. So I'll take a trip down there and drop the car off and leave it in his capable hands. I want to say his name, or the company is RN Automotive, and they do a lot of track spec cars, and they will fit things like the under tray from Pinnacle. They'll put race brakes and set up all your suspension for track, really. If you've got any carbon fibre bit splitters, they'll put them on as well. So they're good people. And say he's got a track car, goes around Nürburgring, no problem. So if that's good enough for that work, it's good enough for me. Right, we'll start the car, and you will see there. For people who don't know the M3, you've got an indicator here, which when cold will give you an indicated rev limit to go to, but when it's cold, most people will stay around this area until we're kind of at least there, which can take a while in these temperatures. These do suffer with thermostat problems. But the actual temperature on there is oil and not water, so but they do take a while to get going. But once they are, give them a good thrashing, because that's what they like. But yeah, so yeah, it's giving you an indication really not to go much above the 6, but I won't. But yeah, this is the mod, and say it's a little bit louder. Some people don't like it. It's a bit louder in here because it's basically backed up into my garage. So, but I'm a fan. Who's not? Neighbours haven't complained yet. Which sometimes when I do take it to work, which is on the odd occasion, I do have to leave at 6 AM, which I'm sure is probably a little bit tedious. So I can see why people get rid of the cold start, because the difference in sound is night and day between what it is now, sitting at just over 1,000 RPM, and when it's fully warm, it's right down there. It's probably at about 600. But say it's not for everybody. There is different mods. It's a 2.5. I think they do a 2 and a 1.5, which will be less. I quite like the sound of it. It's very docile. Sound is, well, when we do another review of just driving around, you'll see how quiet it is until it's the foot goes down. There you go. Just how quiet that's gone already. It didn't take very long either from freezing. You can tell by the temperature there, it's only 3.5. I was surprised there's actually fuel on that, won't last very long. But yeah, you know, it's not for everyone. I sit at 70-75 if I'm just poodling, and again, you can just about hear it in the background. Doesn't drone. I've had other cars which, if you drive at that speed, you'd be almost deaf after an hour. So, but this is can be a bit of everything. It can be a weekend toy and a proper good, you know, hack, or it can just be, you put it in normal auto and you'll be doing 35 miles an hour and it will be sitting in 7th gear and just plodding. So yeah, it can do everything apart from decent miles per gallon. But who buys one for that? And that's why I got the diesel for that, because that, even being a 3 litre, that still returns over 40. So I don't know what this has been doing. Let's have a little flick through there, shall we? Oh, there we go. 18.7. So, but yeah, if you're going to buy one of these and think you're going to get good miles per gallon, yeah, not going to. I picked this up from London, and it was about a 100-mile trip back home. And to be fair, I reset it and I set the cruise to 75-ish, with a little kick down through the tunnels, but it averaged just under 27. I can part with that if I have to go on a longer journey, and that's going to, anything between 25 and 30 I'm going to be happy with. I've had smaller engine cars and slower cars which doesn't do that well, so yeah, I'm happy so far. I've had it a month to the day, and so far no problems for me. You could probably do with better tyres. These are the original Pilot Sports, which once the weather gets a bit warmer, then yeah, and dry. I don't think it's really been a proper dry day since I've had the car. So once they wear out, I think I'll go technically step down to the PS4S's and see what everyone's raving about, because they'll do a bit of everything. They're still a very quick road tyre. Some people track them actually. They'll do a few laps without overheating. But they're better in the wet. So, but yeah, for me, all so far, all good.